Let's do it again. One more time. We've put a lot of time in. For those of you who are new to our fellowship, this is not for the weak of heart. And this is certainly not for those who get tired quickly. We have been engaged, we've been running, we've played hard, but Lord knows we've worked hard. And so this is our last event this year to get together, to be able to not only recognize more of the great work that ARMA does, but to be able to put us in a position to lead forth, go forth, and do the work in our communities. I cannot tell you how much appreciative I am of you, what you have done, how you've held us up, how you've made us be better, but most importantly, how we've stuck together. We have been us, and I can't tell you how proud I am of this group. So enjoy your lunch, eat up, and then we out of here. Thank you all so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Frank Scott Jr. from Little Rock, Arkansas.
May we all humble ourselves. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We acknowledge you on this Good Friday, where you hung, bled, and died for all of us. We ask that as we enter this climax of the Holy Week season, that we continue to rest and reflect on you. Help us to reset with a renewed mindset. We now ask, Lord God, that you bless this food. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Others may pray in the respect of God's name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program will begin soon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, Illinois.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I do appreciate the opportunity to address the leaders who are on the front lines fighting for working people, our nation's Black mayors. I do want to thank Alma, the board, its president, my friend, Mayor Stephen Reed Montgomery, for the chance to speak on behalf of the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago. Look, I'll wait for my applause line. I don't, but really, I'm grateful that we have an opportunity to speak to the moment that we're all living through. You know, the balance of being a mayor, particularly a Black mayor, is you have to balance the challenge of those who had your cell number before you were mayor and those who now have your cell number afterwards. And if I can get one witness, have you ever received a text message that said, "Mayor, I know you are busy, but..." But I want to thank you all for being here, for showing up every day for our communities. Our existence, our leadership reflects the dreams of our ancestors, and it is clear that it's a demonstration of our resilience and the conviction of our beliefs. We were born in and out of crisis, born to lead our nation's cities through it. And as a man of faith, I believe that it is a divine reason why we are experiencing the roles that we are experiencing today. Our leadership, Black leadership, is critical. It's necessary for this moment. You know, the beauty of being a mayor, being a Black mayor, is that I get to be married to a Black woman. And like a true Black woman, when I first was sworn in a couple of years ago, there were wildfires in Canada and smoke was coming in. And we had torrential rainfall, the largest rainfall that we had experienced in a generation. And then there were buses coming from the south as our cities were being attacked by right-wing extremism. And then my wife, in the only way in which she could do it, after just a few days in office and experiencing all of these different challenges, my wife looked at me and said, "If the locusts come, you might want to repent, honey." But you know, in this moment, no matter how difficult these challenges are, we're born for it. It's very clear that the federal government is attacking and working to silence and erase Black history, which is American history. And they are desperately trying to relitigate the outcome of the Civil War. They have not accepted the results. You know, you can identify the source of power based upon the direction of the attacker and how they attack. Black leadership in particular has been under attack by the federal government and Trump's war on public accommodations, shutting down programs for housing, defunding education, public health, and environmental projections, as well as Department of Justice. And this is not the first time that our nation has experienced these type of threats. I see this as the Reconstruction era, where those of us who understand the demands of descendants of slaves, education, housing, and jobs, and healthcare, and of course, transportation. The current occupant of the White House hates that this room even exists. The iniquitous formation of this government is a humbling reminder of how delicate our democracy truly is. And as mayors and as leaders of our communities, we are uniquely positioned to organize and to build solidarity amongst working people in our cities and across this nation. We need to continue to bring people together to stand united across our communities so that together we can speak to the power that is in this room to build solutions to solve the critical issues that we are facing. There is a concerted and a much deliberate effort to force fights over anything other than the things that we actually care about. Those in power now will have us believe that their fights are ours. As we work to strengthen the unity of this nation through our respective cities, we have to be very committed to the issues that are important to our people. My administration, the city of Chicago, we are thinking forward and innovatively to make sure that we are always able to invest in our people, and despite the actions that the White House may take. You know, grateful for this conference, draw strength from this room. But I will say, though, Chicago is uniquely positioned. Dr. King came to visit us a generation ago, and he came to live on the West Side. And those of you who may not be familiar with Chicago, the West Side is the best side. There you go. I know they got one South Sider in here. I'm glad we let them in. But Dr. King said, though, that if we can figure it out in Chicago, we can do it anywhere in the world. Those are his words. Now, when he said that, I didn't know he was going to put a brother in a position to have to figure out all the problems for not just my city, but all of y'all's as well. But truthfully, the core mission of my administration is to invest in people, and particularly in communities that have been marginalized. Our position is powerful. And while the government threatens education, our city is investing more into our public education system. In fact, it was W.E.B. Du Bois that said that public education at the expense of the state, after all, is a Negro idea. And so that is why we are doubling down on our efforts. And so $1.2 billion into our education system. We are also protecting Black history, where the government, of course, is intimidated by the stories that got this room in position for power. We will never back down on our story. We're also working to ensure that public and mental health is a guaranteed right. We've opened 3 mental health clinics since I've been in office in communities that need the support the most. We've also expanded opportunities for the CARE program, so individuals who are experiencing a mental health crisis breakdown. In the city of Chicago, a paid mental health professional shows up for mental health crises versus a police officer, because we can't criminalize mental and behavioral health. We've also expanded our opportunities for our young people as we contemplate and reflect on Holy Week. It was Jesus the Christ that said, if you cause a young person to stumble, you're better off tying a millstone around your neck and jumping into the lake. And that's why we have created 29,000 summer jobs for young people, a 45% increase since I've been in office. Mental health support services, education. We're building more affordable homes, even downtown. We just broke ground on a brand new development that is going to make sure that not only we repurpose those office spaces, but we turn them into not just housing, but affordable housing. I don't know about the rest of you all cities, but I don't think you hear too much about affordability in downtown, but that's possible when you have Black political leadership. And finally, through the works of a collective effort to build more affordable homes, 4,000, 1,800 under construction, 4,600 in the next 18 months, $11 billion of new development just last year, which is larger than the 2 previous years combined. $8 billion of new investments already this year, totaling over 40,000 construction jobs. We are building a better, stronger, safer Chicago. As a result of all of these investments, violent crime has gone down every single year since I've been in office, over 23% this year alone. Now look, we may not have the full support of the federal government, the support that we need as mayors. But I'm more optimistic today than I've ever been, because we have been here before. I know many of you are building affordable homes in your respective cities. Many of you are standing up to the tyranny, of course, that is coming down from the federal government. And the fact that in this economy, people who are in charge of the federal government would rather distract us with things that do not have the same visceral reaction from the people that we serve every day is further evidence that we have to remain vigilant as well as focused on doing the things that are right. And so, over the next 4 years, let's remember our power. The time that you have to lead in this moment, we don't take it for granted. I know that the strength that is in this room is the embodiment of what our ancestors hoped and dreamed of. And whether the federal government works to discredit us or not, we don't have to prove ourselves to anybody. Black leadership looks right, and we deliver on behalf of working people. So, mayors, I know you are busy, but continue to build more affordable homes in your respective cities. Mayors, I know you are busy. Continue to invest in public health and mental health. Mayors, I know you are busy. Continue to invest in our education system, our young people. Continue to make sure that we build jobs. Continue to make sure that this continent that is built on cities knows what it feels like to have Black leadership. God bless you all. And God bless the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former mayor of Sacramento, California, and founding president of the African American Mayors Association, Kevin Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for hanging to the very end. It's an important day. We get a chance to have our new president come up and address us. Cuz, congratulations. Proud. My cuz from Chicago, congratulations. We all Johnsons. We all family around here. Let me just say two things. One, we've come a mighty long way here. This organization, Mayor Ford is out there. I love you. Thank you so much for your leadership. Give it up for Mayor Ford. We've come a mighty long way. 11 years ago, this organization did not exist. We were in shambles. A number of mayors got together, said we're going to fight the good fight. And then you had a leader, Stephanie Mash, led the organization. Then she passed the baton on to Phyllis. And Phyllis, I don't know how you do what you do, but let's give it up for Phyllis. My goodness. My goodness. I don't know how long you're going to run the organization, but we're going to do something really special before you leave. I'm just committing right now. We're going to take care of your butt. Again, one more round of applause for Phyllis. So I was trying to put in perspective. Have you guys ever heard of a pit school? Can you raise your hand if you heard of a pit school? A couple of us out there. So a pit school, back in the days of slavery, Black folks was not allowed to congregate. We couldn't get together. We couldn't educate our children. We couldn't talk politics. We couldn't talk about our community. We couldn't talk about our families together. So what a number of slaves would do is when the slave masters would go to bed at night, the elders would get up in the morning, in the middle of the night, and go walk out into the woods, and they would dig a hole in the ground. And they would dig it far enough down that somebody else would put leaves on the top, and they call that a pit. And the word pit school came into play is they felt that there was nothing more important, just like Mayor Johnson just said, than educating our children. So they created pit schools. So you would go down, they would take their kids, they wake them up in the morning. The only book they can take is the Bible. The only books we had back then. So they take a Bible at the bottom of the pit school and they would educate our children. Those are called pit schools. If they got caught teaching a young person how to read back then, they would lose an arm, a limb. It was a matter of life and death. Y'all with me? That is the context and what our commitment should be today as well. We as AMA, we as mayors, we as leaders, we as business counselors, council members need to do everything that we can to educate the next generation of leaders. And I am so proud that this year we're kicking off inaugural scholars that are going to be recipients of AMA's recognition. And when Phyllis called and told me that, I was like, I was coming anyway. But then she said they were naming it like KJ scholars. I was like, is it me? So I got a chance to meet these bright young people over the last couple days. You are going to be very impressed. So at this time, I'd like to bring up Mayor Danya Sarter, as well as Eddie Melton, the mayor of Gary, and the mayor of Jonesboro, Georgia. They wouldn't mind coming on up.
Well, good afternoon. I am so excited and so proud to stand before you at the African American Mayors Annual Conference. My name is Danya Sarter. I'm the proud mayor of the beautiful city of Jonesboro, Georgia. And I've also had the honor this year of serving as the chair of AMA Scholarship Committee. And as of last night, I'm the backup rapper for Too Short. If you know, you know. Phyllis said y'all should have been here. Today, I'm very proud to stand next to this outstanding mayor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Eddie Melton of the great city of Gary, Indiana. It's truly an honor and a blessing to serve as the co-chair and to be here at the conference and to have been able to review all of the scholars and their phenomenal work. So we want to definitely acknowledge them in the inaugural Kevin Johnson Presidential Scholarship. They represent both undergraduate and graduate institutions. This moment, this stage is the launch pad for what they will one day look back on as the beginning and something very powerful.
So today we lift up the future, we celebrate brilliance, we're recognizing 5 young leaders who are not just dreaming of a better world, but preparing to change it. As you all know, Kevin Johnson is not only the former founding president of AMA and the former mayor of Sacramento, but also a living testament of vision, service, and Black excellence.
That's right. Through this scholarship, his legacy lives on in classrooms, in communities, and in the character of these extraordinary students. Each of them has shown outstanding academic achievement, leadership potential, and a deep commitment to their communities.
So are you all ready to meet our inaugural scholars, each of whom will be receiving a scholarship in the amount of $5,000? Each of these outstanding scholars represent not only the very best of who we are, but all that we are to be. Our first recipient of the Kevin Johnson Presidential Scholarship is Sage Kenner. Sage is a student at Southern University and A&M College. Let's hear again for Sage Kenner. Scholars, we're going to ask that you step up to the mic, tell us your name, school, and your major.
Hello, my name is Sage Kenner. I'm a sophomore at Southern University and A&M College, majoring in agriculture business with a minor in political science.
All right. Our second Kevin Johnson Presidential Scholar is Brianna Lewis, a student at the University of Arkansas in Pine Bluff. Let's hear it for.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brianna Lewis. I am a freshman at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, majoring in animal science.
Our third Kevin Johnson Presidential Scholar goes to Madison Mobley from my hometown, a student at Spelman College.
aunt, Madison, is still in school. And at the moment, she was unable to be here today, but she's at Spelman College and she's a freshman, and we're very proud. I'm sorry, she's a junior. Lord have mercy. We're very proud of her. Thank you so much.
All right. Our fourth winner of the Presidential Scholar is Charles Robinson Sneed, a PhD student at Howard University.
Good Friday, everybody. My name is Charles Robinson Sneed. I'm a third year clinical psychology PhD student at Howard University. Thank you.
Our fifth Kevin Johnson Presidential Scholar is Christian Davis, an incoming D1 student at Howard University School of Dentistry.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christian Davis. I am a graduating senior at Xavier University of Louisiana, majoring in chemistry with a minor in biology. And in the fall, I will be attending Howard University College of Dentistry as a D1.
Let's give them a hand one more time, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we would like to welcome Lisa Katz, Chief Government Affairs Officer with the Combat Anti-Semitism Movement, and Dr. Carlos Nichols, Managing Director and Chief of Staff of the African American Mayors Association. Let's welcome them.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you at the Closing Gavel Luncheon. This has been a powerful week of connection, collaboration, and community. And what better way to close than by celebrating the next generation of leaders?
Thank you, Carlos, and good afternoon, everyone, and happy Good Friday. I'm Lisa Katz, the Chief Government Affairs Officer with the Combat Anti-Semitism Movement, and it is an honor to join you today to present awards that reflect the shared legacy of Black and Jewish collaboration in our communities, communities that have stood together in the struggle for justice, opportunity, and equity.
This scholarship, the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship, is named in honor of two visionaries, Booker T. Washington and Julius Rosenwald, who forged a historic partnership over a century ago. Together, they built more than 5,000 schools for African American children across the South during the Jim Crow era. Their legacy is not just in bricks and mortar, but in lives changed.
Their partnership reminds us of what's possible when communities unite across lines of faith and race, when we lead with purpose, and when we invest in our youth. Today, we proudly continue that legacy by honoring 5 outstanding students, young people who have demonstrated academic excellence, civic leadership, and a deep commitment to service.
These students are the embodiment of what Washington and Rosenwald believed in: education as the foundation for progress and cross-community partnership as the path forward. Each student today is being awarded $5,000 towards their educational endeavors.
So now it is our great pleasure to introduce the 2025 recipients of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship, which, by the way, is the first of its kind, and we hope to continue and make this program even larger in the future. Our first recipient of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship is Kira Young. Should I let them speak and not say? And students, like before, if you could come up and say your name, your university, and your major.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kira Young. I'm an incoming freshman at the illustrious Hampton University, and I will be studying communicative sciences and disorders.
Our second recipient of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship is Justin Kennison.
Hello, I'm Justin Kennison. I currently attend Whitney Young High School in the greatest city in the world, Chicago. And this fall, I will be starting at Howard University, majoring in pre-law and minoring in African American Studies. And thank you to the African American Mayors Association.
Our third recipient of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship is Jordan Nesbitt.
Hi, I'm Jordan Nesbitt. I'm a senior at Gainesville High School in Gainesville, Virginia, and next year I'll be an incoming freshman at Xavier University of Louisiana, where I will be studying political science on the accelerated pre-law track.
Our fourth recipient of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship is Leona Francis.
Hi, I'm Leona Francis. I'm a current high school senior at Tri-Cities, which is in East Point, Georgia, and I'm an incoming freshman at Morgan State studying computer science.
And our fifth recipient of the Washington Rosenwald HBCU Scholarship is Ayomakum Mezekborian.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayomiko Meshubewa. I'm a freshman business marketing major at Sardiga College with a minor in computer science.
So these scholarships were a part of a collaborative effort between AMA and the Combat Anti-Semitism movement, and we're so grateful for the partnership as we continue to move Black and Jewish collaboration further, especially in a grassroots way on the local level with our mayors. And we're so appreciative of the support of CAM to help make these scholarships happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former mayor of Sacramento, California, and founding president of the African American Mayors Association, Kevin Johnson.
Let's give one more round of applause for these young students. It is now time to administer the oath of office to our newly elected members of the Board of Trustees. I know some had to fly out of town, but for those that are here, I'm going to start out with the officers. First Vice President, Mayor Brandon Scott, Baltimore, please come on up. Second Vice President, Mayor Philip Jones, Newport News, come on up. Treasurer, Mayor Eric Simmons, Greenville, South Carolina, come on up. Secretary, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, NOLA in the house, come on up. All right. And then President Emeritus, Mayor Sean Patterson Howard from Mount Vernon, come on up. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. from Little Rock, come on up. And outgoing President Mayor Stephen Reed, come on up. And our Board of Trustees, our board members, Mayor Keith James from West Palm Beach, Florida, Mayor Yadira Ramos Herbert from New Rochelle, Mayor Eric Adams from New York, Mayor Kim Thomas from Richmond Heights, Ohio, Mayor Vince Williams from Union City, Georgia, Mayor Vi Lyles from Charlotte, Mayor Bruce Harrell from Seattle, Mayor Victoria Woodard from Tacoma, and last but not least, Mayor Leonard Williams from Durham, North Carolina. All right. Phyllis, is that about everybody? I think that's here? Okay. All right. Y'all ready? You want me to just read it all? Y'all memorize it? I'll just read it and you just say it all at once? Oh, you want me to break it down a little bit? Yeah. Okay. My bad. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then state your name, do solemnly swear and pledge that I will faithfully carry out the duties of the Board of Trustees for AMA to the best of my knowledge and abilities, and that I commit myself to the highest professional standards and ethical principles during my tenure in office. I shall be accountable to the membership, provide the leadership and foresight needed to support the mission of AMA and make decisions for the betterment of AMA to the best of my ability. Come on, give it up. Give it up. Congratulations. With the power vested in me, you have now been proclaimed and duly installed as Board of Trustees for AMA. Thank y'all. Get a picture. Love you. Proud of you. I didn't see you out there. Right now, crank it. It's good. Lay it on him. All right. Let's give them one more round of applause. Congratulations. It is now time to administer the oath of office for the newly elected president of the African American Mayors Association. And will the new president, my cousin, Mr. Van Johnson, please join me on the stage? My younger cousin. Oh yeah, bring that whole crew up. Bring them all up, come on. She like, no. You want her? Come on up here. It's a family affair. That's how we do it.
All right, sir, you ready? Now you're gonna have to put your hand on that Bible now. That ain't, hey, look, that ain't just for show up here. I like, we ain't playing. Put your right hand on up. Tell us who's up here with you real quick.
My mother, my aunt, cousin, and another cousin over there.
Beautiful. All right, hand on the Bible, right hand up. I, and then state your name, solemnly swear.
I, Van R. Johnson II, do solemnly swear.
And pledge that I will faithfully carry out the duties.
And pledge I will faithfully carry out the duties.
Of the President of the Board of Trustees of AMA.
The President of the Board of Trustees of AMA.
To the best of my knowledge and abilities.
To the best of my knowledge and abilities.
And that I commit myself to the highest professional standards.
And I commit myself to the highest professional standards.
And ethical principles.
And ethical principles.
During my tenure in office.
During my tenure in office.
I should be accountable to the membership.
I shall be accountable to the membership.
Provide the leadership and foresight needed.
Provide the leadership and foresight needed.
To support the mission of AMA.
To support the mission of AMA.
And make decisions for the betterment of AMA.
And make decisions for the betterment of AMA.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Based on the oath that I now, and you have voluntarily taken, I, Kevin Johnson, announce him officially President of AMA. Give it up for Van Johnson. Proud of you. Well done. Thank you. Go ahead. Congratulations. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Y'all got to take one more picture. Take one more picture. Can we get another picture? Good. Good. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mic's not on. All right, now it is. We just want to say thank you to the Johnson family for being a part of this. It truly is a family affair. When you get into this position, as was said to me by so many past presidents, and we're honored to have Mayor Van Johnson coming into our leadership. I got to say, I'm a little bit selfishly honored because I'm looking forward to getting Savannah for some fish and grits, some other good food, so we're going to figure out a way to do that. But more importantly, before I pass the gavel, I want to say as my last act, thank you to all the officers of the African American Mayors Association, those who served and those who stepped up during time of challenge. And I want to start, we got gifts for all the officers. I'm not going to give all those out because I want to get to Mayor Van's remarks, but I do want to make sure I honor Phyllis Dickerson for her leadership, in particular over this last year. I want to thank her. So Phyllis, I want you to come on up real quick and just grab this gift. These are all local gifts from Montgomery, Alabama, from Black-owned proprietors, both wineries as well as designers. So we just want to say thank you for your leadership. All right. And I'll get the rest of the officers right off stage, and I'll be sending you something that didn't make it here in time, but trust me, you'll like it when you get it. Just give me a shout out then. With that said, we are now at the point where we proudly pass the gavel to the incoming president of the African American Mayors Association, President Mayor Van Johnson II, Savannah, Georgia, 2025-2026. Let's give it up again for our new president.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Van Johnson II of Savannah, Georgia, and the president of the African American Mayors Association.
Good afternoon. What say we then about these things? If God be for you, who can be against you? I'm grateful for this day and for really one of the highlights of my professional life to serve at this time among some of the nation's greatest leaders as the 13th president of the African American Mayors Association. Only the Lord could take a kid from Brooklyn, send him to Savannah, where his father and grandparents rode on segregated buses and sat at segregated lunch counters, make him the mayor of Savannah, and then earn the confidence of his peers to serve as the president of this beloved organization at this critical time in our nation, and particularly for our nation's cities. If I may just enjoy a brief moment of personal privilege, the love of my life is here, and I'm so honored that she could be here with me today. The folks had it right some years ago when they said, I always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. So Mrs. Johnson, would you please stand up, let the folks see you again? I don't fight over many things, but I fight about my mama. My aunt is here also, and I know she loves me because she does not fly. And she sure wasn't flying to Washington. But she flew to share this moment with me. Miss Lillian Richardson, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And two of my cousins, my A1s from day ones, we've known each other since we knew each other. Dr. Lillian Hamer from Queens, New York, and Leon Hamer from Queens, New York, but somewhere around here in Maryland. So thank you all so much for being here. And to me, the greatest man in my life, who in 2024 changed addresses from the mortal to the immortal, who gained the cherished title of ancestor. He left the blueprint, he left expectation, he left big shoes to fill. But when you call my name, you call his name first. And so although he's absent here, I know where he is. I salute my dad, Van R. Johnson Sr. Thank you so much to the Georgia mayors. The Georgia mayors. Steve, the Georgia mayors. As we continue to work that we maintain the largest membership of alma mayors. I said it. And the city of Savannah, who allows me this ability to serve at a time like this. I am so thankful for AMA president, AMA past president, Mayor Stephen Reed of Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all could do better than that. Who led this year with such excellence, led this year with such conviction, led during a really, really trying year, led during a time where our bench was depleted, and we still got through it. And Stephen Reed continues to be a leader among us Deep South mayors, and I'm grateful for his friendship and his leadership during this challenging year in AMA's history. Let's give him a round of applause one more time. And to the AMA Board of Trustees, I look forward to serving with all of you. I look forward to working with Baltimore Mayor and First Vice President Brandon Scott, who's going to teach me how to dress like him and do my hair like he does his hair. I'm going to be smooth like Second Vice President and Newport News Mayor Philip Jones. I'm going to have the fire of New Orleans Mayor and Secretary Latoya Cantrell. I just want that fire. I want to be as debonair and as altruistic as our treasurer, Mayor Eric Simmons of Greenville, Mississippi, and to our board of trustees. We have an all-pro team on the field, and I'm excited about what we'll be able to do with it. And thank you to my friend, big brother, my cousin, because all his Johnsons came off the same place. Our founding president, Mayor Kevin Johnson, not only for his vision, but for elevating this organization from a possibility to a definite reality. And I will tell you, he continues to support and mentor, challenge, and inspire all of us. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. To our business council, Chanel and Essence, and we can't do what we do if you don't do what you do. And so we appreciate your confidence in us. We appreciate your investment in us. We look forward to working with you even more intentionally in the coming year. And this could not be done with our amazing AMA team, led by, and I'm going to ask you to stand up, our CEO, Phyllis Dickerson. I know she hates this, but stand up, Phyllis. Dr. Carlos Nichols, Landon Bailey's running around here somewhere, Victoria Thompson, Kiva Harmon, and Kimberly Love. Y'all come on, let's do, come on. Because they're going to sleep tonight. They are the engine that drives the ship. We certainly come on, but the fact of the matter is they lived this conference from the day after the previous conference. You all punch far above your weight, and we appreciate all that you do. We speak about the power of now and dealing with the challenges and the opportunities of now. But we have to know where our power comes from. And it doesn't come from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We have to know where our power comes from, where our strength comes from, and it doesn't come from Washington, D.C. As we address the power of now, we just have to look back and remember who we are. We have to remember that we are the beneficiaries of sacrifice. We are the children of struggle. We are the offspring of made a way out of no way. No one gave you anything. You weren't granted the title of mayor. You had to work for everything you have earned, and you have to work twice as hard to keep it. We are the living manifestation of the prayers of people who are long gone, who didn't know our names, but they believed that God would keep his promises. And they dreamed and they believed that one day we would get to where we were and where we needed to be. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. Remember that we have come over a way that with tears have been watered. Remember we have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. And the older I get, the more that song has meaning to me. But my brothers and sisters, we are the hopes and we are the dreams of the slave. And we will not let them down. We won't let them down. In approaching this monumental task and determining our North Star for the next 365 days, I was drawn to the story of the biblical character of Nehemiah, who is a testament of faith, leadership, and perseverance in overcoming challenges. Many of you remember that Nehemiah was living in Persia, serving as the king's cupbearer, and was deeply moved by a report that he received about the desolate state of Jerusalem, including the walls that had been knocked down. And he sought permission from the king to go back and to rebuild those walls. So he led this rebuilding project, which involved uniting the people and mobilizing them to work together. So although he experienced internal and external challenges, they worked together strategically. They remained resilient, and they kept the main thing, and together they rebuilt that wall. So before I leave here, over the next 12 months, I just say to you, let's build. Turn to your name and just say, let's build. Let's build. Let's build our relationships. Let's build our capacity. Let's build our legacy. Let's build our relationships. At this crucial time, it's imperative that we reach out to the Trump administration with our heads up to engage in partnerships to better serve our cities. We may be a nonpartisan organization, but we must be strategic and political because we serve the same residents. We are and we serve the American people. But in building these relationships, we're not coming with our hands out. We're not coming with our heads down. We're coming with all hands on deck. Be clear, we will not compromise our values. We won't forget who sent us. We won't grow weary in well-doing. We will be focused and intentional, and we will speak truth to power. We will go into the King, and if we perish, let us perish. But we're going hard and we're going strong. We're also going to continue building our relationships internationally, continuing these mutually beneficial relationships, connecting our cities. Because we're not competing with cities in the United States, we're competing now with cities around the world. And so we need to make sure that we're reaching out and making sure that we're building up. Yesterday, through the leadership of Mayor LaToya Cantrell, yesterday, mayors, you know, we shared a special and necessary moment together. And we will do more of that. In these times of extensive work, we must uplift, empower, and support those who are doing the work. So we will be of more support to the well-being of mayors. We will be present with our mayors, and we will be accounted for when you need us, and guess what? Even when you don't. As we build relationships outside our family, we have to build relationships inside of our family. So we want to build relationships. The second thing we want to do is let's build our capacity. And I propose to you that not only do we expand our mayoral and business council memberships, but we want every single member of this organization, be it on the mayor side, be it on the staff side, be it on our business council side, to be seen and be engaged in the work of building. So, don't clap yet. I'm asking every member to bring in a new city and a new business council prospect to us this year. Every single one of us. If we do this, we will almost triple our membership. We got 12 months to get it done, and we're going to be keeping score. And although Georgia will continue to have the most alma mayors in the country, you all are invited to compete for who will be number 2. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Mayor Brandon, Chicago, y'all are all able. Come on through. Y'all can all be number 2. We will also be engaged in heavy policy development, connecting with other organizations, creating opportunities to co-sponsor extensive policy positions that will protect and benefit cities. And finally, let's build our legacy. We will only occupy these positions of trust for a short period of time. Mayor Steve, Mayor Hardy, it comes and it goes. We must continue to pave the way to city halls for those coming behind us. We should be prepping and preparing the ones who will be sitting in our seats 10 years from now and 20 years from now. How are we using this time and this moment to work toward the day when we are no longer making history? Toward the day when Black mayors are commonplace in cities, towns, and villages across the country. Once you're a mayor, you're always a mayor. So we need to find ways to keep our former mayors engaged and involved and help them have a better future after they've given the best of their service. Because there is life after this. And we need our mayors to be prepared for life after this. We will build our legacy of Mayor KJ by increasing the numbers of fellows and scholarships by 50%. Next year, we're going to have 20 up here. Can you help me do that? to ensure that we're giving our young leaders everything they need to succeed. As college, law schools, and medical schools become more challenging, now is the time to lean into our HBCUs. And I am so grateful for the Savannah State and the Pell Grant. Amen. Some of y'all are Pell Grant babies too, right? To help us get to where we need to be. We've been blessed to be a blessing. And we need to provide opportunities, internships, externships, and ways for them to be stronger and produce our next generation of leaders. We are built for a time such as this. We is kind, we is smart, and we is important. We are. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. And we're ready. And today is Good Friday. And if you think about it, I'm not going there, but 2,000 years ago, around a time such as this, the world looked dark and it looked bleak. The haters got in their corners and were eating chicken. They thought they had won it all. We said, we got it. We got him. It's over. The dream is dead. And they went about their way. But I want you to know, as dark as it seemed on Friday, something may not have happened on Saturday, but on Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, he got up and we will rise again. So let us not grow weary because it might be dark right now. But ladies and gentlemen, our Sunday is coming. God bless you, and may God bless the African American Mayors Association.
Thank you. If it had not been for the Lord on our side. So I just want to take a moment to thank my staff. Thank you for all your work. And for the Peter Damon Group, they run the behind the scenes. That's why we always on time. And it's a Black-owned company. We don't apologize. For Mercury, for handling all our press. For Design Group, who does our ABA videos, who does our newsletter and our social media. Black-owned company. To Ice Miller and Jared Loho for handling all of our policy. And for McConnell and Jones for keeping our money together. The attorneys and the auditors that balance our books, Black-owned company. And to our board of trustees, thank you for believing in me. Mayor Frank Scott, my mayor that I get to vote for, always says, I'm the big sister he never asked for. So thank you. And to KJ, thank you for your vision. Lena just asked me, does KJ charge to speak? I said, I'm not paying him. Okay. But on a serious note, thank you, KJ. He always answers my text. He always answers my call. He and I never had children, but we both gave birth to this vision. So thank you. We'll see you next year, and thank you.